and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what...
Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one taken from the 7th. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Melvin Gordon, the two-time Pro Bowler. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
On third down, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Check pass. Hey, alert 3.
On first down, it's Gordon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Gets it to Gordon. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Black 15!
From the red zone now, Rivers. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Matt Longacre gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Rivers. He's got it to Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 12. Rivers for the gun on 3rd down. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Badgley's kick is good. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go! The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
It's 3rd and 7.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. To throw on 3rd down, Rivers. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And this does not end well as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. And they'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Rivers. And his throw is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Left, left, left.
Here we go.
Hey, Charlie.
On 3rd down, Rivers, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
190.
First down, Chargers.
You got nothing.
Rivers, he leaves to Eckler on the draw. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rivers throwing complete to his tight end, Henry.
Let's go.
Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. To throw is Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
On 1st down, Drake. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers' 38.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that.
80. 56.
From the gun, it's Rosen. He dumps it off to Drake. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And now it's Rosen looking. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Drake. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Now Rosen looking to throw, and that is incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He completes it to Henry. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Rivers on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Robert Kimdichie just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. After the sack on first down, Rivers, and caught by Henry. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long for Rivers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Final play of the half here, it's Rosen. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
On second down, it's Drake. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now on first down, Drake again. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Middle.
On second down now, it's Drake. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Now it's Rosen. It's complete to Drake.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
380.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down.
180. Watch the slip. Hey, go orange. Hey, Orbit.
Yo.
50 high.
To throw on third down. Rivers. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but just show.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jerry Tillery in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Returning, it's Benjamin. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Off the play fake here, Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
50. 180. Yeah, let's get set. Watch.
56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rosen, he's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Here's Rosen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to 4th quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. On 2nd and 7, Rivers completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. The 20. Rivers to Allen on the hook up there. 46 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now Gordon, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Hey, Haywood!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Faking the give to Drake. Now Rosen. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
It's now 3rd and 5.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Hey, wahoo!
Play action here with Rosen. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety Derwin James. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Rivers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have
That's
a defensive battle. But that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play. And the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, 79. 79.
On 2nd and 9. Rivers for Keenan Allen. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He's back to throw. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 18.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Middle. Smooth.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Rosen. On the right side, open is Gesicki. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. One final shot here for Rosen. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.